Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. What was the greatest game on the original PlayStation? Now's the time to think about it, as retro gaming has had such an impact on the world, thanks to both the NES and SNES minis released by Nintendo over the last few years, that now, 24 years after its inception, Sony are bringing back the OG PlayStation for the retro nostalgia. In December 2018, just before the Christmas rush, we can get our hands on the PlayStation Classic. Retailing at just under $100 in the US, £90 here in the UK and €100 in the rest of Europe, the PlayStation Classic will arrive with 20 games pre-installed and ready to play instantly. We only know 5 of them at present, as you know, Sony, they want to extend all the hype all the way up to the launch just before Christmas on December the 3rd. So far, the games confirmed are the exquisite Final Fantasy VII, one of the greatest fighters in history, Tekken 3, a solid racer in Ridge Racer Type 4, a Western-themed RPG, Wild Arms, and a first-person platformer known as Jumping Flash. It looks like Sony have released a wide range of genres, so even at this early stage, there should be something for everyone. But there are still 15 games to be revealed, so here's the question. What games do you need to be on the PlayStation Classic? For me, I would love to play Metal Gear Solid. That perfect little bugger smashed the parameters of gaming and changed video game culture forever. Let us replay it, please Konami, please Sony. Before I go off on a tangent, let's quickly go through the hardware we receive for our money. The console runs through HDMI, so no need to faff around with cables older than most of your family. It's plug in and play. The output is 720p, which is a huge upgrade from the 90s, but a little lower than you're used to on your PS4. It can also output in 480p, which should feel a little bit more old school for those that want it. The mini console comes with 2 controllers, perfect for some co-op gameplay or some Tekken button bashing. The PlayStation Classic follows on from the Nintendo Minis, and by mini we mean 45% smaller than its bigger brother. Going back to the controllers for a moment, notice that they are the original versions from before the analog sticks were added. This is to keep the console as original as possible, but it also keeps the costs down, and could also hint at the games that may be coming soon. Games like Resident Evil were created for the D-pad, but the DualShock version was released with analog stick support. I expect the remaining 15 games to be from PlayStation's early life cycle. The games that come to mind are Tomb Raider, maybe Resident Evil 2, Tony Hawk, Castlevania, Parappa the Rapper, Crash Bandicoot, WWF Know Your Role. Damn it, that game was bloody awesome. The problem with many of those games are the remastered or the updated versions, which are flooding the market, and publishers may not want the additional competition. We'll just have to wait and see. So, are you grabbing one? I personally can't wait. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that my 4-year-old is currently being schooled on the history of video games and has just finished Super Mario World on the SNES Mini. The PlayStation Classic will be the next step in his gaming education. So I'll leave you with that question. What was the greatest game ever released on the PlayStation? I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you next time. Metal Gear Solid was the best game ever.